Hey Simsters, it's Caelyn Gamer, and I am back from my hiatus. I took a little bit of a break, okay, kind of a lot of a break. I had a lot of stuff going on, but I am super excited to be back for my Sims series and for my streaming. So what we're going to be doing moving forward is I'm going to go back to editing my Sims videos instead of uploading the whole chunk of filming in what would be like a stream-long video. It's more polished and it's more the vibe that I want to go for. It's more work and I do have a lot going on, but I'm just way more satisfied with how they turn out. So we're going to try that for a while and see how that goes. So let me know in the comments if you prefer the edited videos or if you just like something in the background that's sort of long and you get to see everything that happens instead of just the highlights. I think everyone's going to prefer the polished videos more, but let me know what you think. So what I wanted to do in this video was sort of establish the world and the vibe that we're going for in the Sims series. We're picking up where I left off previously with Sim Caelyn and Sim Andrew getting married and starting a family and all of that. So we're still following them. And this detail hasn't changed, but I'd really like to sort of drive it home more that this takes place in a universe with all of my favorite fandoms. So you'll have anything from books and movies and Disney movies and video games. You'll have Mega Man and Zelda and Oliver and Company and The Little Mermaid and Twilight and Anna Karenina even, Pride and Prejudice, all of that stuff, all of my favorite fandoms packed into this world. I replaced all of my townies with them and I got rid of all of my townies and continue to get rid of the ones that the game spawns, which is super annoying, by the way. So that I just sort of live in this magical world that is just filled with all of my favorite characters. And I wanted to, in this video, sort of showcase the ones that I already have made. There are a few caveats to that, though. Number one, the game has seen fit to, even when I disable the settings using mods and cheats and stuff, it still sees fit to call a lot of the Sims that I have put in this universe. So you'll see, like, Final Fantasy X, like that grouping of characters, there's only 2 characters and it's not either of the main 2, which is really annoying. There's just big gaps, and there's no really any rhyme or reason to who got called or why. It's just the game being a dick. My plan is to go back in and probably in future streams to reintroduce those characters into the world and download them off the gallery, most likely, and put those back into the world and try and do it in the families they come from, so there's still like those familial bonds. The second caveat to that is there aren't a lot of rules or rhyme or reason to how these characters are presented in my Sims file. So what you'll find a lot of is that some of them I made myself, and some of them I downloaded off the gallery, some of them I left as is from the gallery, and some of them I tweaked their facial features, or at the very least, what I usually tended to do was slap some alpha hair on them, if not some, different clothes, because I hate in-game and Maxis Match hair. It drives me nuts. But so what you'll see is this wild mishmash that I find wildly entertaining, because there's no consistency of these characters looking either hyper-realistic and how these sort of cartoony-looking characters would look in real life, and sort of taking creative license with that, or they're super dramatic and their proportions are way off because they do look a lot more like they would in a Disney movie or a Pixar movie, or, like Zelda, Wind Waker or whatever. There's also a difference in a lot of the ages at which they are presented. Some of them are the age that they would be in their universe, and some of them are aged up so they can live on their own or be married to the person I shipped them with, because remember, it's my universe. So if I have a ship that's different from the canon, I'm absolutely going to put it in my world. But for the most part, everything's pretty normal and pretty true to what you'd be used to. But again, the ages are different so that I can sort of play around with that in the cases where I deem necessary. Additionally, some of them had to have their ages changed so that they could have like a genealogy. So if there's a timeline in any particular universe that they're from, like Zelda or Shadowhunters, I wanted that to be like a through line of, this character came from this character, came from this character. And you can't, in The Sims, have parents and children who are the same age. So you will see characters like one of the older Zelda characters, who is like confirmed to be the ancestor of a later Zelda character, being like an adult or even an elder sometimes, so that you can have, you know, different generations and still have that familial bond represented. And then the last one you'll sort of see is there's a few kids who aged up in game while I was playing, because some of my footage here is pre-recorded before I did this video, and they will have aged up while I was playing the game, and I just sort of, instead of aging them back down and reapplying all of their CC and fixing it all, I just kind of slapped some new CC on them so they sort of fit their family and their general aesthetic that they come from. So, for instance, the Lady and the Tramp, the baby that's in the first movie, is a toddler. By the time you see him in the sequel, he aged up into a kid, like a child in my Sims file. So I just sort of slapped some CC on and made him look a little bit more like he would have dressed in that era, and you know, you'll see a bit of that. But let me know down in the comments which characters were your favorite and which you're hoping to see me reintroduce. If there's any that, like, the characters from the universe are there, but not all of them, and like maybe your favorite one is missing. So I can make sure in a stream later to not forget to put those characters back in my game. And if there's any that I missed, like a whole fandom that you were hoping to see, that I can look into. And if you'd like to see those upcoming streams, make sure to check out my Twitch channel, which should be linked on my channel, and I will link it down below. And like this video and subscribe if you're hoping to see what comes out of my wacky, crazy world of me and my husband in The Sims living amongst all of our favorite characters. And I think that's that for the introduction, so sit back, relax, and enjoy, and check out the characters that are currently in my game, and maybe sort of get an idea of who might be coming next. And I will see you later. Bye!